What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Hail Hydra, the world's #1 bracket expert, coming back at you with another video. And today, I'm doing everybody the honor and showing them how exactly March Madness is going to go. I'm going to predict the first ever perfect bracket. You heard it here first, folks. Warren Buffett, give me a call when you're done watching this. I'll take the billion now. I don't need the waiting period. So yeah, let's get into it. Have not looked at this bracket at all. Only thing I know is Yale plays Texas A&M, and that's going to be an important game. But yeah, let's get started. First here we got Auburn versus Alabama State. St. Francis, I believe that is. Is there no? Nowhere shows the first four games. I really wanted to get this done after the first four games happened, but just don't think I'd be able to make it time wise and make it work. Give real detailed analysis in the short time between the first four games and the start of the whole tournament. So we are flying a little blind in that sense, but we're gonna let it fly. So yeah, I think Auburn's gonna win this game. Of course, you guys know me. I love an underdog, but I just don't think either of these guys quite have it in them to beat Auburn, who apparently are the #1 seed. Who knew? Remember last year they got their ass whooped by Yale, so Yale must have really motivated them to be the 1 seed. Then we got Louisville Creighton. These teams are usually pretty good. This could be an exciting matchup. Creighton has a cool mascot, but the Louisville Cardinal is a cooler guy, so we're gonna give it to him. The Michigan UC San Diego. I remember hearing somewhere that this is UC San Diego's first year of eligibility for the tournament. It's their first year making it, so we're gonna give them the upset victory over Michigan. Who, I don't think they got Mo Wagner walking through that door, so I don't think Michigan's gonna be good this year. And then we got the game of the century. Yale obviously is winning against Texas A&M. Easy win for Yale. Shouldn't really have to break a sweat versus Texas A&M. Yeah, they'll win by at least 10 points, I predict. Then we got Ole Miss versus SDSU or UNC. I was under the impression UNC would do dog shit this year. I did everything I heard made it seem like they weren't going to make it. So we're going to give Ole Miss the victory, but San Diego State wins in the first four game. I could see them pulling off the upset over Ole Miss, but yeah, a lot of SEC teams I'm seeing this year. I guess they're taking their talents to basketball with the Pac-2 being the dominant football conference these days. So interesting to see. Interesting to see for sure. We got Iowa State versus Lipscomb. Ever heard of Lipscomb? So we're going to Iowa State. Iowa State, home of Breece Hall, home of Allen Lazard, two Jet legends. So can't go wrong picking Iowa State. We got Marquette, New Mexico. Now, fun fact about Marquette. I actually had an offer to play basketball there coming in my senior year. They really valued me as a 3-and-D guard who could be a secondary playmaker if needed. And, I highly considered the offer, but I decided to take my talents elsewhere. But I'll always have love for Marquette, so we'll give them a pick. And I'm pretty sure I picked them to win the championship last year. Obviously didn't work out well. I don't even know who won last year. I just know it wasn't Marquette. But yeah, and Michigan State, Bryant. You know what? I'm going to give it to Michigan State. Won't be shocked if Bryant wins. Michigan State, they always kind of suck as the high seed. They're only good when they're a sneaky underdog team. But yeah, so we'll give them the victory here. But don't be surprised if Bryant pulls it off. We got Florida, Norfolk State. Gonna give that to Florida. The Gators, they're going to do it for Horford, They're like, Al Horford, you're our greatest player in program history. We're gonna win this one for you the year after you won your first championship in the NBA and a couple months before you're winning your second. So they're like, we need to honor you, Al Horford. And then other game, UConn, Oklahoma. Now UConn won it 2 years ago. I know that because that was my first time picking the actual champion correct. So yeah, shout out UConn. I know they had lost a couple players in the NBA draft last year, so not too surprising to see them not super high up this year. Then Memphis, Colorado State. Is Penny Hardaway still the coach at Memphis? I don't know. I do not know. It's a tricky one. Yeah, I usually like to pick a lot of 12-5 upsets, but that usually kind of does me dirty. So we're gonna be faithful and give it to Memphis. Oh, hello, Bessie. What's up, puppy? And then we got Maryland, Grand Canyon. You know what? I'm predicting Maryland to lose in like their 90th buzzer beater this year to Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon's gonna hit like a 70-foot shot down by 2 to win the game. And we got Missouri and Drake. Drake is a pedophile, so we'll go Missouri. Texas Tech or UNC Wilmington. Texas Tech. Pretty simple there. Kansas, Arkansas. Kansas, they used to have Joel Embiid, and he's one of the biggest frauds in NBA history, so we're going to go Arkansas. And St. John's, Omaha. St. John's 2 seed, who would have guessed? They have, what's his name? Rick Pitino now, so he's a pretty good coach, so we'll give it to St. John's. Then we go up to, they don't even, they do East. The way they name these sections of the bracket is really stupid because they're never conducive to actually where the teams are. Like we got Oregon, Arizona, BYU all in the East. Stupid. Duke, they're a 1 seed. They have Cooper Flag. That's the one college basketball player I can name. So we'll give it to Duke. Or no, I can name the Rutgers guys too, but Rutgers, you're dog shit. You didn't make the tournament. What the fuck, man? Ace Bailey, you're a fraud. Ron Holland, you're a fraud. Get it together, guys. Lead Rutgers to the tournament at least. Now, I'm not even asking for a tournament win. I'm just like, make the tournament. No, you guys fucked up. Mississippi State, Baylor. Give it to Mississippi State. Oregon, Liberty. Oregon's the worst team in college basketball, so we're giving it to Liberty. Arizona, Akron. I don't think Akron's got LeBron this time, so we're going Arizona. BYU, VCU. Both 3-letter acronyms ending with U. Fun fact. Gonna give it to BYU in honor of Zach Wilson signing with the Dolphins. Tua. I suspect we're gonna hear about your retirement soon, Tua. So, Dolphins got a steal getting Zach Wilson for like $6 million or whatever. I would have times that by 10. I would have given him $60 million. You look at the other quarterbacks that are making that money. Like he's better than Josh Allen. He's better than Joe Burrow. He's better than Patrick Mahomes. He's better than all those guys, but he's getting disrespected. So, yeah, shout out Zach Wilson. We got Wisconsin, Montana. Montana, it's a cool state. Never been, but I have been to Wisconsin, so we're going to go Wisconsin. God bless you, Bessie. God bless you, puppy. God bless you, puppy. St. Mary's versus Vanderbilt. We're gonna give that to St. Mary's. I guess I don't know. In Alabama, Robert Morris. I predict Colin Sexton will have a good game. Lead Alabama to a nice victory over Robert Morris. Houston versus SIUE. I don't even know what that is. SIUE. Stupid Institute for ugly. I don't know. So we're gonna give it to Houston. Gonzaga, Georgia. You know, Gonzaga lost to Oregon State this year. This should be Oregon State in the 8th seed right now, but you know the selection committee's rigged. So in solidarity with Oregon State, I'm gonna give that one to Georgia. Clemson versus McNeese. Again, never heard of McNeese, so we're gonna give them the victory. Usually there's a couple teams each year I never heard of that get a nice win, so we'll give it to them. Purdue, High Point. Zach Edey sucks, so we're going High Point. Illinois, Texas, Xavier, the winner of that. Give it to Illinois, I guess. That's another one I wish I could be doing this later so I could see the outcome of Texas Xavier. But don't be surprised if Xavier goes on a run if they win. That's all I'm saying. Kentucky versus Troy. Anthony Davis is injured, so Kentucky's going to be missing him. But at the same time, I still think they got the firepower to deal with Troy. Nonetheless, UCLA, Utah State. I already picked one Utah school, so I got to give it to UCLA. Then Tennessee, Wofford. Usually like to be pretty chalk on these 116, 215 games, but Wofford, they have a really cool mascot, so we're giving them the win. Then we go up to what's it called? The South. Auburn, Louisville. Louisville in the upset, Cardinals are just cooler than Tigers, Auburn, Cam Newton, he's pretty cool, but other than that, does Auburn really have any cool players? I don't know. UC San Diego, Yale, giving that to Yale. Usually I only predict the Ivy League team to go one round, but I'm feeling frisky this year, feeling crazy, so we'll give them that. Iowa State, Ole Miss, Iowa State, Marquette, Michigan State. Gonna assume Marquette's the better team, but the refs rig it for Michigan State. Yeah. And then we go down to the West. Again, my two favorite Western schools, Florida and UConn, going against each other. Gonna give the win to Florida, I guess. Kemba Walker. Haven't heard from him much recently, so I don't know how he's gonna do. Memphis, Grand Canyon. Have yet to go to the Grand Canyon. It's on my bucket list. But have I been to Memphis? I don't know. I went to Tennessee. I forget if I went to Memphis or not, though. I don't think I have, actually. But we'll give it to Memphis anyway. And then Missouri, Texas Tech. Missouri's kind of sketchy, and St. John's. Going to be Arkansas. Arkansas, not on the West Coast. St. John's, also not on the West Coast, but it's in New York, which is cooler than Arkansas. So then we got Duke, Mississippi State. Gonna give the win to Duke. Liberty, Arizona. Gonna give the win to Arizona, I guess. BYU, Wisconsin. I feel like every year I always predict BYU to make it to like the Sweet 16, and it never happens. So it's bound to happen this year. Law of averages says it'll happen, so it's gonna happen. Alabama, St. Mary's. Guess Bama. And then we're in the Midwest now. Of course, Georgia, Midwest. We'll give the win to Houston. McNeese, High Point. Guess McNeese because they have the cool little horse guy. Illinois, Kentucky. We're going to have a bit of an upset here with Illinois beating Kentucky because, again, Anthony Davis, I don't think he'll be healthy enough to play in this game. Then UCLA, Wofford. Going to give the win to UCLA. UCLA is going to see what happened to LeVar Ball, and they're going to be playing out of their minds, going on a great run. They're like, oh, we need to avenge LeVar. rest in peace to his foot. And then I think this is where Yale's run stops because the anti-Ivy League bias will be in full effect from the refs. So Louisville's going to make it. And we got Iowa State, obviously winning against Michigan State. Michigan State does have Draymond Green, but Iowa State, like I said earlier, has Breece Hall. So it's like a toss-up there. And then, they cancel each other out. And then Alan Lazard comes in from the top rope, still on the Jets roster. So he's still technically a Jets legend. And he just catapults himself and destroys the Spartans like, So, yeah, that's what's going to happen. Go down to the West. Florida, Memphis, Texas, St. John's. We're going to pick Florida to win. And we're going to pick St. John's to win. I know, kind of chalky right now, but it is what it is. Duke, Arizona. We're going to pick Duke to win. Cooper Flag, he seems pretty cool again. I can name him, so he's got that going for him. We got BYU, Alabama. This might be the game of the tournament. Colin Sexton versus Zach Wilson. It's exciting shit, but saw Colin Sexton almost win a 3-on-5 once, so I'm going to give it to him here. Houston, McNeese. Houston's going to win that. Then UCLA, Illinois. Again, UCLA continues their Cinderella run, avenging LeVar Ball. Really, really special stuff going on from them. We got Iowa State, Louisville. Gonna give it to Iowa State. They're gonna handle Louisville. They're gonna be like Teddy Bridgewater. You were like an average Jet. You only played here in the preseason, whereas Breece Hall and Alan Lazard were like legends. Oh yeah, and shout out I can't believe I've been forgetting to mention him too. Will McDonald. Iowa State is just filled with Jet legends. Holy shit. Wow. And then Duke, Alabama. Give it to Duke, I guess. Then we got Florida, St. John's. Gonna go St. John's, Shout out New Jersey. It's near St. John's, so we'll win for New Jersey right there. And then UCLA continues their run of the century. Right. And then boom, of course they beat Duke. And then boom, of course Iowa State beats St. John's, And then of course Breece Hall dribbling down the court, down one with 10 seconds to go, pulls up, hits the three, gets fouled, and one, sinks the free throw, and we find out he's been watching my tape the whole time. He emulated my insane 4-point play from 8th grade basketball. And he's just like, and when he's giving his winning speech, when he gets the trophy at the end, when he's cutting down the net, he's like, I couldn't have done this without YouTube or Hail Hydra. So this win is dedicated to Hail Hydra. That's right. Iowa State winning it all. How many total points will be scored in the championship game? 126. I don't know. That feels right. Am I entering the All-State Tournament Challenge sweepstakes? Sure. Am I entering the Coors Light March Hoops Bracket Challenge? Sure. That'll just add on to my winning pot. So yeah, like I said, if you guys really want to make good money, you guys really want to join me on this quest to the perfect bracket, you can tail me, but since there's recorded history that I was the first person to make this bracket, Warren Buffett's going to hit me up, give me the billion. Anybody that copies this bracket exactly and gets gets the perfect bracket alongside me, you will be given $5 million from me as long as you submit proof to my email address. So yeah, like I said, perfect bracket right here. Thank you in advance to Warren Buffett. Shout out me. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Let me know in the comments below. I'm not filling out my address on stream or on video. You know what? I did not know this was gonna happen. So we're not doing that. So yeah, it's exciting stuff. So yeah, should I share this champion? No, Twitter didn't come up, so we'll give it a rest another day. But yeah, again, thanks guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below who your champion is if you don't agree with my pick, but I suspect you will. All right, thanks guys. Bye bye.